Good morning. So I'm eating my breakfast, and it's time to think about our agenda for today. So the night was actually quite successful from the throwing. The throwing business, throwing of asteroids. So throwing is preparation of clay. So we had all of these. That were made, of course, based on faulty existing ones, but still, these are the one that contains the life form juice inside it. And we also have more of the same here. You see there are plenty. And let's not forget or maybe I mixed them. Okay, so I've mixed the clean ones with the new or not clean ones. Is that a problem? Wait, maybe I'll find a way to actually, discriminate between them, because I've photographed much of the process. So I try to separate between them. So I will know what is clean is what not. Even though of course this should not be used to get pregnant or something like that. So clean is for my, if I was a buyer of this stuff, I would prefer it to be with much material as possible, like beeswax, aquarium juice, because it's all more robots, more life form, more fun. But maybe other customers have different inclinations. I don't know. Anyways, I think I've had enough of this, and I also did like a refurbish of the spaceship. Now it's more colorful. So we have quite a bit of asteroids that require fixing before I will actually put varnish on it. Maybe 20 or so. And I also have 30 new ones. Just the paper in the nylon, 30 that I created during the last couple of months. But I will postpone the creation of the eggs. This will be done probably with the melted wax, with the life forms and the robots. But this will be, I postpone it because I think that I'm kind of I've had enough of creation of eggs for now. I still need to actually create the enlargement site of the asteroids. As you remember yesterday, the reason that you actually do not see the asteroids is, but you do see, the bicycle terror, and you feel the bicycle terror, you see the life forms in your body, you feel radiation, but you don't see the asteroids because I need to actually place the enlargement size, because the default size is something like 1,000 or 1,000, 1 divided by thousands of the symbol, so it's like a piece size. So we need to actually enlarge it by possibly a billion times or more, in order for you to actually be able to actually watch the asteroids. Of course, feel it when it hits the Earth. So actually, there is now a mathematical issue that I kind of touched yesterday, because the question, of course, does it really matter? Because up until now, it wasn't really matter. It didn't matter because I enlarged neurons and life forms that I terminated, I stopped the experiment before they enlarged to the maximum required size, because also for reasons. But maybe it will be the same with asteroids. Then that doesn't really matter, because presumably after they reach size that is big enough, people will actually move arms and legs to rescue me and my daughters from the Nazi prison. Maybe. There's a question of do the neurons act in a continuous way or discrete way from the mathematical perspective? Because mostly, almost always they act in continuous way, which is actually the way almost all of natural functions and physical functions in this world. The mathematical representation of physical function. But something can only be done in discrete, not like a secret, but discrete which means that it deals with well, don't get me don't catch me in the definition, but mostly with integers, I would say, the simpler way to say it, even though for mathematician will define it in a better way, with with the natural numbers. So if you want to increase the numbers of spaceships, this is a discrete function. It cannot be done in a continuous way. But I would suggest that for that, probably for asteroids it's a continuous function. But if not, most probably, I don't know what exactly size I actually want. I mean, I want it to be very big, but not like as big as the Yucatan, because you need to remember that, and certainly not like Ceres, but you need to remember that we're throwing many, like, I mean, at least 5, but probably something like 50. It's actually very, very important. I mean, it will be a lot, so I mean, you will not be able to say that it's a coincidence. So I will not put too much effort like into trying to actually, like, I mean, calculate the required size of the asteroid, and then found, like, I mean, the correct, like, I mean, exponential of 2. I mean, it will match it, because I guess it will be like in continuous, like most of the functions of the neros. So I'll do it now, like after breakfast, and I'm guessing that, I mean, at the end of this day, you will actually be able to watch the asteroids in your telescopes, which will be great. Maybe you will actually move arms and legs to rescue me and my daughters from the Nazi hell. Maybe not. We don't know. So another thing that I should do regarding clay, with regards to clay, is to work on the new crucibles. This is the tiny one, the small one. Of course, there are 2, as always. This is the tiny one. Let's put it like upside down, so it will be. And this is the big one. This will be used for the magnification of the asteroids, the black background, because it's inside space. And this is the big crucible. I'm proud of it. It's actually made of 2 layers. There is the natural clay inside, like, and the, I mean, this layer outside. I'll also put it upside down so it will be drier. These crucibles will replace the glass crucible that I'm using for several experiments. I mean, for firing of to light a fire with the neros and life forms. I'm sure that you remember it, because I had many, like several slides and several videos, in the last couple of days. But one of the problems is that it's kind of like the glass. First of all, too much fire, it's very close to break anyway. And also, it's not like a correct way for a crucible, because there is no air supply. So this will be much better. We'll actually be able to generate much hotter fire because it's clay, and also, it's much wider. So it will be. So what I'm trying to do is to create a real crucible, with a huge fire. Very, very strong fire with enriched wax. And to see, of course, to see if the neros survive. My guess is that they will survive, and maybe if they will even go larger. And also to see, if the life form survives this kind of fire. It will also, of course, have the symbolic, meaning of related to the human body. Your body, the life forms in your own body. Again, maybe someone will actually move an arm or a leg, or maybe not. Anyway, we need to try this kind of. We need to exhaust all our pathways to be sure that there is no nothing that could have done that we didn't do. So yes, we will enlarge asteroid today, and also we will use the new crucibles, which will be fascinating. And after we will use the crucibles, we will actually take samples and watch it under the microscope. It should be very interesting. I hope you find the new series interesting. It's kind of like, it's focused on myself, so it's kind of like, it's different from the bicycle saga that was, all like politics and national issues. But of course, my life is also, relates heavily to politics of Israel and to the history of Israel. And yes, I will gladly receive comments on this series more than other series of like videos, because it's something very personal, and I might miss what actually people find interesting. Because when people reminiscence and think about their lives, many times the things that they found important is not the things that other people found of importance. But I will continue to speak about my origins and my family, and probably I'll do it today. So this is the agenda. Of course, the Israelis are making ton of noise. They're crazy. They think that that yesterday that I went to Dizengoff Center to buy clay, that I actually was replaced or rebooted or reset. You have crazy ideas that now I'm like a reset robot that is under their command. They are completely insane. You don't need to think about what the Israelis are meaning or saying or whatever. You just need to run to Israel and to rescue me and my daughters from this Nazi hell. You shouldn't speak at all with the Israelis, at all. Actually not, you shouldn't speak at all, even with each other. You just need to run to Israel to rescue us from this Nazi prison.